Welcome to the fourth video on basic flying techniques in the BMS F-16. Today we're going to cover stalls. We'll cover two types. One is just the normal stall where your aircraft gradually loses the ability to fly, and then after that we'll cover the deep stall, which is essentially an emergency situation where your aircraft is plummeting straight towards the ground and effectively out of control. So without further ado, let us begin. Right, let's consider stalls in the Falcon. So a stall essentially happens when the airflow over your wing, or the angle between the airflow over your wing and your wing itself, exceeds the angle at which the wing can effectively give lift. At that point your plane stops flying and starts falling, effectively becoming a bit like a brick. So how do we stall in the Falcon? It's quite simple. Simply pull the throttle back and keep your plane in a straight and level flight until such time as you start to stall. Before you start stalling, you'll get a stall warning indicator. It's an annoying but important warning siren. And if you just keep bringing the nose up, the aircraft will eventually stall, and then the flight control system will force your nose down due to limitations on the angle of attack. So just keep slowing down. Let's open the brakes a bit, slow down faster. I'll close the brakes once we get to about 200. Right, so you'll notice that the nose is coming up, which means the angle that the wind, or that the air is hitting the wing, is increasing, and at this speed the wing can still provide lift. Right, closing the air brakes. There's the stall warning. Warning. I'm not stalling yet. You can see the angle of attack's now at about 16-17 degrees. Warning. Now we're starting to stall. There we go. You can see the buffer, the slight buffer, and we're in a stall. And now it doesn't matter that I'm holding it back, the flickers is going to bring that nose down. So to recover, just push the nose down, throttle up, get some airspeed, and then get back into normal flight. Now that was an extreme example to illustrate the fact what you actually want is you want to recover pretty much immediately. So if I pull the throttle back again, you'll see we're at about 5,400 feet. And we're getting close to where the warning is going to start. There we go. So normally at this point you want to recover pretty much immediately, so go full throttle, nose down, and try and recover in about 150 feet, which we did there. Stalls can also happen in turns, so let's demonstrate that. Put ourselves in a 45-degree turn, throttle down, same thing, the stall warning will come up. There we go. Warning. Throttle forward. Level off and recover. Right, the next sort of stall we want to look at is a deep stall. The easiest way to get into it is first look down, engage the manual pitch override. Now I believe in the real jet that's a switch that needs to be held, it can't stay in position like that. What that'll do is allow us to override the flickers and quite easily enter the deep stall. So the first thing we'll do to do this is go full power, nose up to 60 degrees on the gun cross. Make sure you get your feet on the rudders, and now power back. Let the speed fall and start mashing your rudder to the right, to the left, and pull back hard on the stick to try and keep that nose up. And there we go. We should now be in a deep stall. There we go. My hands are off the controls. If you have a look at this from the outside, you'll notice that what's happening is the aircraft is falling pretty much straight down. It's no longer in control. Look at that altitude, just crashing down. So how do we get back out? Well, if this were to happen in normal flight, you'd need to engage the manual pitch override, which we've already done. Then what you do is you rock the nose forward, and pull hard to rock it back, push hard to rock it forward. Let it go all the way through, throttle up.
Altitude, altitude.
And finally, you want to recover. There we go. And disengage the manual pitch override. Now I have managed to get it into a deep stall like that with the manual pitch override engaged, but it's very difficult. So if you ever want to practice getting out of deep stalls, just engage the override, hold at 60 as I said, and then as you start stalling, move your rudder full left and full right while holding full back pressure on the stick, and that'll override everything the flickers is trying to do, and you'll be able to, as long as you keep the nose up, get into a deep stall. And for recovery, as you saw, you just, with the manual pitch override engaged, rock forward, rock backwards. As soon as you've got enough momentum going forwards, just keep it going until you're pointing down, and that'll give you the airflow over the wings you need to recover. Right, and that should be about that for the lesson on stalls. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was useful. Until then, have a lot of fun flying.